are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Rome, joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, I think what may be one of the smallest slates we've done in a while. Only 9 baseball games. So we don't have too much to go over for today. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One right, one wrong in the world of sports betting. And let's take a look. Baseball was good yesterday. Everything else was kind of a little bit of a rough day. So we'll get into that here. For me, baseball went 7-4. Could have been way better if I would have gotten one team. And I'll get into it, not to blow a pretty decent lead. Baltimore team total over 4.5 was a winner. I had the Rockies first 5 plus 250 and full game plus 266. I did bet the over 9.5 as well. I thought I was sitting pretty with them up 5-0. The second inning. And then the Braves scored, I think, 5 straight innings, 6 straight, and 114-6. That was fun watching a plus 250 first 5 money line with a 5-0 lead in the second inning slip away and not be able to cash. That was so much fun. I did get the over 9.5 in that game, so I broke even on that one because my first 5 full game was a split bet, and my over was a full bet. So I guess I kind of just broke even on that game, but still frustrating. Miami Marlins first 5 -0.5 was a winner. Miami Marlins -1 full game was a winner. This is a team I've been backing an awful lot lately, the Miami Marlins, and I think they're really good baseball team right now. They're 10 games over 500. I think this is a bet on team going forward. And would I be stupid to look at them towards the National League East to win it? I mean, the Braves would have to, lose a baseball game or two, which sounds impossible these days. But yeah, Mets Cardinals over 9.5 was a winner. Royals money line was a loser. Oakland first 5 was a loser. San Francisco Giants, my favorite play of the day yesterday. They complete the sweep over the Dodgers, and the Padres first 5 run line comes through. They end up winning the full game as well. Would not have covered the run line the full game, so I'm glad I took them first 5. So overall, a very nice day in baseball, and that's where the nice day ended. Went 0-2 in the CFL, down on Hamilton first half full game, and they didn't show up. And then in the WNBA, I got the Liberty -15 to start the day, and after that, nothing. Over 162 in the Liberty game, missed by 2 points. Fever lost by 6. The over in Washington, Chicago was a mistake, and the over in Las Vegas, Minnesota was looking great until a 27-point third quarter killed it. So I went 1-4 down 1.75 units. Overall, yesterday went 8-10, but profitable because the other sports I lost in were much smaller unit sizes than baseball. So overall yesterday, I forgot the exact number I was up at the end of everything here. It was 0.31 units, plus 0.31 units.
Yeah. On the site, baseball went 4-0. Everything else went 0-6. Minnesota plus 17. The Sparks, who were winning for the first 3 quarters, loser. Hamilton, loser. Indiana, loser. Chicago plus 5.5, loses by 7 or 8. And then the Liberty game goes under by 2 points. So just a fantastic day there. Still up in WNBA for the year. So still happy with that. Baseball, we had the Giants, the over in the Mets game, over in the Braves game, and the Baltimore Orioles. So 4-0 there. Trying to work our way back, I believe. Try to work our way back to even in baseball because we're down a little bit on the site. But ended up yesterday not pretty because of the other sports. So far in June, down 3.64 units. Hopefully we could turn around today. No WNBA today. No CFL today. It is just baseball.
Yeah. And I've yet to place a single bet today.
College baseball too, but which I'm going to go look up. The odds are on those. And then we'll go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah, it's weird right now on my Bet Online account. I've got 0 in pending bets. All my pending bets are futures and Bovado, but I have nothing in actual Bet Online. So be
Yeah,
making my
real quick, Tennessee run line plus 110 and LSU money line plus 135 today.
LSU's against Wake, right?
Week.
I like that.
The Tennessee total's a 9 and the LSU's a 9.5. Kind of want to take the unders, but go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Good morning, Paul Goldschmidt home run prop. Just do it. Fair. Good morning, guys. Always a pleasure to be here with y'all. Let's get some cash today. Let's do it. And we'll get it started in the game that Real Deal Prime said Paul Goldschmidt home run prop here for the Cardinals, who are minus 145 road favorites against the Washington Nationals. Cardinals coming in off of their first series win in a while. In this spot, let's take a look at where the line has moved in this one. It opened up at minus 151 for the Cardinals. It is a minus 141 now. A 10-cent line movement towards Washington. Line opened up at a 9 minus 115. Now it's a 9 minus 120. Let's take a look at where the money is coming in on this game as the line's towards Washington and it's moved towards the over. Let's see. We have 44% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on Washington. That makes sense. We have 33% of the tickets and 53% of cash is on the over in this game. Taking a look at the pitchers here in this one, Flaherty, 3.62 ERA, 1.61 WHIP, 8.56 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%. 4.61 walks per nine, a 357 BABIP, a 323 FIP, and a 4.75 Sierra. On the flip side, Josiah Gray, 4.1 ERA, 1.37 WHIP, 7.18 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%, 5.13 walks per nine, a 225 BABIP, a 596 FIP, and a 5.48 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the St. Louis Cardinals in this spot. 3.77 FIP, 3.88 Sierra compared to 5.46 and 5.53. And the hitting advantage does go towards the Nationals in this game. 99 WRC plus, which is 16th compared to 90, which is 24th for the Cardinals. Looking at the spot, if you like the Nationals, I would take them in the first 5 innings. That's one thing I will advise. It looks like it's good hitter-friendly weather here in this one, plus 9% according to Ballpark Pal, which is going to lead me towards my play here that I'm going to go with over 9.5 with the Cardinals and the Nationals. The Cardinals have been a decent over team as of late, and I believe they're going to be able to get to Josiah Gray and vice versa. Flaherty has been decent, but I think he's still a little bit vulnerable. If I had to pick a side, it's Washington, but I prefer the over better than the side.
Yeah, I'd much rather go after the Nationals. I like Josiah Gray. He's got a 3.09 ERA. He's been one of the more consistent pitchers on this national staff, especially. Isn't he more of the road pitcher?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lot better on the road than he is at home. But he's also had 2 times the amount of innings on the road than at home, so it's not as much of a sample size. I really like Gray, and Flaherty is still not the same guy from pre-injury. I think he's going to slowly make his way back to it, but I want the Nationals in this matchup. I know they haven't been winning as much lately. These two teams are pretty close to each other right now. The Cardinals have the Nationals by 2 games in the win column. That's it. I would go Nationals or nothing in this game. I'm not really too interested in a total just because I could see Josiah Gray slowing down this Cardinals offense. And especially after the game that we saw yesterday from the Cardinals, them putting up a bunch of runs. But Nationals for me in this one.
Yeah, I do like the over a lot more. But yeah.
That's right. Over. I could see Nationals team total over. Another day, another dollar. Markel got a raise. All right. I'm on the over and Nationals. I like the Nationals. So yeah, there you go. Good morning, everyone. Meneses over 1.5 bases. I'm looking hard at that. If I'm going after anything, it's Lane Thomas. Lane Thomas has been a beast. Don't want to step.
I would go. This is a complete original thought of my own. I would go Paul Goldschmidt home run prop.
Need an 1-800-GAMBLER this morning. I'll admit it. Tossed $200 at Earle Roberts at plus 3,000 this morning.
You really like Earle there.
I think they beat TCU, but I don't see them beating, who do you call it, twice in a row? Florida twice in a row. That's going to be tough. Good luck to you. I hope Earle makes it, but I don't see it. But
let's see if we find anything. I know you're thrilled to talk about this matchup here, Tim. The Tigers are minus 140 favorites against the Kansas City Royals. Total of 9 in this game. We have the amazing pitching matchup of Reese Olson and Jordan Lyles. Line opened up at 141. It's now 145. It's now 141. A 4-cent line movement towards Jordan Lyles and the Royals. And the line opened up at minus 125. It's now minus 115. A 10-cent line movement towards the under, which tells me that the markets may think that Jordan Lyles pitches well today.
Let's take a look. We've been saying that for the past 12 starts. So,
yeah, but let's take a look. We have 86% of the tickets and 89% of the cash is on the Detroit Tigers, and the lines move towards the Royals. 48% of the tickets and 90% of the cash is on the over. And the lines move towards the under. So the markets are not scared of any type of this money coming in this spot. Let's take a look. Jordan Lyles and Reese Olson. Jordan Lyles has been bad. 6.43 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 6.75 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%. 3.54 walks per 9, a 238 BABIP, a 4.8 FIP, and a 5.09 SIERA. On the flip side, Reese Olson, 6.08 ERA, 1.05 WHIP, 7.43 strikeouts per 9, which is 20%. 2.7 walks per 9, a 225 BABIP, a 349 FIP, and a 4.23 SIERA. Hitting advantage goes towards the Tigers, 89 WRC plus, which is 25th, compared to 82, which is 26th. So both pretty bad hitting teams. 3.86 FIP, 3.98 SIERA for the Tigers, 3.88, 4.06 for the Royals. Am I crazy to kind of like the under in this game? I know it's Jordan Lyles, but neither of these teams hit well. These are two bottom 6 teams versus right-handed pitching this year. And I think that gives us an opportunity, especially with how bad Jordan Lyles is perceived, to get us a really nice number here for a first 5 under of a 5 in a Detroit Tigers game. I kind of like that. And I think that we could find some value trying to back Jordan Lyles going forward. That he's going to win games or anything like that. But looking at somebody like Jordan Lyles to maybe get you some unders, could be an interesting look. I want to see if they have his numbers here. He's 6-8 this year, so he's been more of an under pitcher than an over pitcher, and it's probably because his offense doesn't give him anything to contribute with. But I'm going to take a shot with this one here. First 5 under 4 or under 5. My bad. First 5 under 5 at minus 107. And I know it's scary taking an under with Jordan Lyles, but sometimes I think this is the right play. I mean, the markets are showing no fear towards this under as well, with all the money coming in on the over and making it more appealing to bet the over. I'm gonna go ahead and take the first 5 under 5 here. AL Central games are usually unders.
Stop it. Get some help. Stop it. Get some help.
Sorry, I had to play it twice because this is a complete stay away game for me. The Detroit Tigers are favorited. That's all you have to say. That's how much of a 1-800-GAMBLER game this is. It's Jordan Lyles, who's been dog shit this year against Reese Olson. I would be leaning towards the Tigers, but I'll be completely honest. I saw this game and went, ew, and moved on. So I got nothing to contribute. I didn't look at this game at all.
All right. Well, we are 15 minutes into the stream here. Ready? Jordan Lyles is getting his first win today. All right. I'll go back to the chat.
Yeah, you can go back to the chat. Have fun.
Earle Bob can play, but yeah. Thomas hits 250 versus righties, 350s against lefties.
He's hitting everybody.
Yeah. Morning. Love is blind. Okay. Bomb fight. Maybe we get over here. I don't think so. Yeah, it was a lovely day outside the CFL. Scored a nice 4-16 right. Yep. Reds, Giants, Marlins. There we go. Yeah, I was on. We were on all. I think we were on all those as well.
I was on the Reds, but you weren't.
I was on the Giants and Marlins. 91% of the money on the over, and the line moved from 9.5 to 9. Thank you. Orioles money line and over live also never in doubt. There you go. One more time.
Time. Bum. Oh.
1-800-GAMBLER. Trash. Tigers stink. Just stay off this game. Yeah. Understandable. I was on the Royals last night. Kind of like the Tigers now. Probably stay off. Yeah. Probably. I mean, I don't think there's any value on the side. But we'll move on here. Toronto Blue Jays, Miami Marlins in this one here. Blue Jays minus 155 favorites. Total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. There we go. Jose Berry, Brian Hoying, your pitching matchup here in this one. Line opened up at 149. It's moved up to a 155, a 6-cent line movement towards the Toronto Blue Jays. Line opened up at an 8 minus 105. It's an 8.5 minus 110. So it's moved up a full half run here. Let's take a look at the way the money is coming in on this game. Let's see if it makes sense. 86% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the Blue Jays. The lines move 6 cents towards the Blue Jays. 86% of the tickets and 94% of the cash is on the under. And the lines moved up a half a run. That tells me that they think Brian Hoying is vulnerable in this game because the lines move towards the Blue Jays as well. Tells me Brian Hoying is vulnerable. Let's get into it. Maybe Arios is 1.11 ERA, 1.02 whip, 6.4 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 3.62 walks per nine, a 212 BABIP. I expect some massive negative regression from him, though. 4.04 FIP, 5.02 Sierra. On the flip side, Hoying, 1.54 ERA, 1.2 whip, 7.71 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 2.31 walks per 90, 237 BABIP, 455 FIP, and a 3.51 Sierra. I don't think Brian Hoying is going to go too far into the game, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's more of a bullpen pitcher. If you want to correct me on that, but I think he's more of a bullpen pitcher.
Yeah, bullpen pitcher. Anywhere from the most he's pitched this year is 2 1/3.
All right, cool. And the bullpen's kind of tricky here. 3.27 FIP and 3.1 Sierra for the Marlins, 3.86 and 2.59 for the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays 122 WRC plus, which is second, and 101 for the Marlins, which is 12th. Marlins have been a team that I've made some money on recently. I don't really have an interest in them in this game. I do think we can see some negative regression for Berrios, but I don't have too much interest in the Marlins here in this spot. What I am looking at here is with all the money coming in on the under and the line moving up half a run, I'm going to grab the over 8.5 between Hoying and Berrios here. Over 8.5 at minus 110. Focusing more on totals today, it looks like. I got 3 bets and they're all totals.
Okay. If you want to, I want to double up on this game because I know you like the over. I like the Blue Jays on the run line at plus 110. And the main reason behind liking the Blue Jays today is Berrios has been great. I'm not going to take anything away from Berrios. Marlins are coming off of a long road trip. The last home game for the Marlins was June 7th. So this is a first game back in a while for the Miami Marlins. I think it's going to be a flat spot for them here in terms of coming out and winning. Blue Jays, I feel like just have the better spot right now for this. So, and I like the matchup Berrios over Hoying. So I'm going to take the over. We could take the over, but I like the Blue Jays run line in this one. Thoughts on both?
I can understand the Blue Jays look. I personally am not getting to the Blue Jays, but if I had to pick a side, it is Blue Jays. So sure.
All right, I'll load up both.
All right. We will head back to the chat here. Let's take a look here. Blue Jays next. Yep. Good morning, my guys. Good morning, Nathan Cerna. 94% on the under. The line's moved from 8 to 8.5 there, Craig. You're seeing what I'm seeing now. Jays, yep. Or Barrios. Yeah. Feel like Blue Jays. Yeah. Leaning Marlins, don't care. Yeah. Markel can't stand the Blue Jays. I've learned that one. That Blue Jays bullpen sold yesterday. Blue Jays won every game after they gave up 11 runs. Who do they sell? Yeah, the people who bet them. I know if I bet the Blue Jays, it goes downhill every time. Yep. Same here. A different show. They were saying Marlins, so might go Marlins. I'm staying off the side personally. I know we're putting the Blue Jays up on the site. I like the over.
I like the Blue Jays.
Took in the pie. Took in the pie hole with the tie cats. Yep. They said the Rangers to win is what Rangers. Yeah. I got you, Craig. I've never put in actual time. Never been put in actual time out before. I feel like an adult. I also hit the like button like an adult. Good job, Cameron. We appreciate it. We'll move on here. We have the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Cubbies minus 130 favorites, total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line movement in this spot here in the matchup between Smiley and Beto. Line opened up at minus 115. It's now up to a minus 127. So a 12-cent line movement towards the Chicago Cubs. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 110. Now it's a 9 at minus 117. A 7-cent line movement towards the over in this game. Let's take a look at the money coming in on this one here. 44% of the tickets, 58% of the cash is on the under. The lines move slightly towards the over. 37% of the tickets and 69% of the cash is on the Pirates, and the line's moving towards the Cubbies. Interesting line movement here in this spot. This is tricky. We have Smiley, who's been terrible lately. 5.6 ERA, 1.65 whip, 6.26 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%. 3.62 walks per nine, a 3.11 BABIP, a 5.94 FIP, and a 5.4 Sierra. On the flip side, Beto, 2.25 ERA, 1.75 whip, 13.5 strikeouts per nine, which is 32%. 6.75 walks per nine, a 400 BABIP, a 252 FIP, and a 4.23 Sierra. On the flip side, or for the bullpens here, the bullpen advantage 100% goes towards the Cubbies here. 3.98 FIP, 3.97 Sierra compared to 5.75 and 4.78. Hitting advantage goes towards the Pirates, 97 WRC plus, which is 19th compared to the Cubbies 94 against righties, which is 21st. This is a interesting spot, or both these are lefties, my bad. Both these are lefties. I don't have particularly an interest in this game. This is going to end up being a stay off spot for me. Nothing really correlated for me in this game.
I like the Cubbies, and I'd probably run line it just to get a little bit of plus money because I feel like if they win by multiple. And I'm not laying minus 130. Minus 125 is kind of my max juice. I don't really care about the pitching matchup. This is a Pittsburgh team that's been struggling as of late. They just got swept by the Milwaukee Brewers. Cubbies coming off of a nice series win versus a really good Baltimore Orioles team in Chicago. Now they have to go there. Chicago's won 7 out of 10. Pittsburgh's lost 8 out of 10. This is just an overall spot that this is a team that's winning versus a team that's not winning. And I would want to grab the team that's playing better right now, which is the Chicago Cubs. So, hey, Chicago, what do you say? I hope the Cubs will win today. Cubs run line at probably some nice plus money. Or not nice plus money, probably like 125, 130.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't want it.
That's fine. We don't have to go after it. Let's go back after the chat.
Yeah. Let's see. Barrios to win at plus 140. It's not a bad look.
Not at all.
Everyone stay away from Houston. All right.
Against the Mets? Come on, dude. It's the Mets. They suck.
Such a small slate. Glad it's AHL Calder Cup day. Hershey Bears in the under. Hershey Bears. All right. I know they're playing they're playing the Firebirds. No, not the Firebirds. It's the Seattle. It's Seattle's farm team.
Not a clue. You're asking the wrong person.
Damn it! Who are they playing? AHL Calder Cup finals. Firebirds. I was right. It's the Firebirds.
Congratulations.
Coachella Valley. That's what it was. Smiley. Cubs bat on the road. Go Pitt. More NL Central matchups, Chris. Cubs run line. Might want the over 2. I lean over. I'm not playing it. Cubs versus Pirates coming off of Sunday Night Baseball. Both traveled. Worst team. Both traveled? Sunday Night Baseball? No, that was Red Sox Yankees.
Yeah.
No. Brew Crew handed the Pirates their first lunch first over the weekend. All right. Cubs money line. Cubs -2. Whoa. Going for the big score. Raise the Roger. There you go. Cubs are horrible on the road. Oviedo is a tomato can. No play here. Can't trust Smiley. Me up. Same here. Team total over. All right. Over 9. Jordan, they're not actually good at home either. Nobody in the NL Central is very good, though. Coachella Valley Firebirds. The Firebirds. I just forgot the name. Yeah. Kraken, minor league affiliate. Thank you. Yeah. Cubs have a great win record in the first game of a series. The Fire. And by the way, the Hershey Bears. Tim, do you know who their minor league affiliate? Yes, they are the Capitals minor league affiliate.
I knew that one because of Jacob.
Yeah. Well, we'll move on here. We got an interesting matchup here. The Reds, the Red Hot Reds, are -155 favorites with a total of 10 in this game against those Colorado Rockies. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. As actually this line has gone up. It opened up at 158. It's now 165 for the Cincinnati Reds. A 7-cent line movement towards the Reds. Line opened up at a 10 -105. It's now a 10 -122. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here. Wow, 90% of the tickets and 90% of the cash is on the Reds. Lines move towards the Reds. 76% of the tickets, 74% of the cash is on the over. The lines move towards the over. This is a really interesting spot because we got everybody on the Reds. But it's truly understandable, though, and I think I'm probably going to be on the side with everybody here, as nervous as that makes me feel. The Red Williamson on the mound for the Reds, Gomber for the Rockies. Williamson's been bad. 6.23 ERA, 1.58 WHIP, 5.54 strikeouts per 9, which is 14%, 3.81 walks per 9, a 286 BABIP, a 6.42 FIP, and a 5.78 SIERA. Gomber's been even worse, though. 8.46 ERA, 2.01 WHIP, 6.04 strikeouts per 9, which is 14%, 4.03 walks per 9, a 368 BABIP, a 734 FIP, worse on the slate, and a 5.43 SIERA. And for the bullpen, the advantage goes towards the Red Hot Red, 4.44 and 4.49 compared to 4.67 and 4. The Reds smash left-handed pitching right now, 120 WRC plus, which is 7th in the major leagues versus lefties, compared to the Rockies, who can't hit lefties worth of anything. 29th in baseball with a 49 WRC plus versus left-handed pitching. The only team worse versus left-handed pitching right now, Tim, the Oakland Athletics. All right. That was sad to say. But with this game here, I think this is going to be a game I'm going to be rather heavily invested in. Gross. It's a 5.5, and you know how I feel about 5.5 totals. but I feel like this is one where a 5.5 total would be worth it for a team total. And I think I want to triple down on this game with the Reds first 5 run line, full game -1, and team total over. So it's let's take a look. It's 165 and 106 for the -1 line, which would be -129. I'm gonna triple down on the Reds here. I think they absolutely smash Gomber, and I think this is a high scoring game that they absolutely that this game. I hate the team total over 5.5, but I'm gonna go with that. Rather, I mean, I can go for the over 10 instead, but that's still asking them to score at least 7 runs then for the cover both the run line and the thing. So I'm just gonna go over 5.5, and then I'm gonna go with the -1 line as well.
Yep, that's just if it's not broke, don't fix it. The Reds have won 8 straight games. They just coming off of a sweep. Now they are. Did they have a long road trip, or did they just go to Houston? Yeah, they're coming off of a 9-game road trip where they won 8 out of 9. 2 out of 3 against St. Louis, swept.
Now they're playing the lowly Rockies. This could be a bad spot that I just tripled down on.
It could be, but I'm gonna ride with the Reds. I've been backing them a bunch, and don't really need a reason to go away from them. I've made a bunch of money. I've been on them pretty early in this win streak. Why not keep rolling with the Cincinnati Reds? Their run line plus 115 for me. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Reds run line.
Yep, and for me, this one, it's Reds team total over 5.5 -115. Reds first -0.5 at -118, and it's the full game -1 at -129.
There you go.
We saw what the Rockies did this weekend as well.
Correct. Back to the chat.
Yeah. Houston cost me 5K yesterday. Wow. Ouch. Love the over in the Reds game. Actually, I do too. I think that potentially the Reds put up 10 by themselves.
I could put that one up too. I'm down. That's a double down spot. Let's do it.
Take the Red Hot Rays first 5 money line at -155. A little chalky. I think you can lay the run here. Reds money line, yeah, over. I like the Reds against the Astros yesterday. Didn't play it. Total moves up around 76% of the bets and money are on the over. Ballpark Pal likes runs at the small park. Yes, they are the. This is also the number 1 most hitter friendly ballpark according to Ballpark Pal today. 14% on this one. The lowest one's Minute Maid -6% and Toronto -6% as well. Comerica -1%. I had the under in that game. All right. But yeah. We will move on to the next one here. We're already over halfway through the slate here, Tim. We got 4 games remaining, and this one's one that I know you like with the Boston Red Sox and the Minnesota Twins. The Twins -130 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at where the line movement in this one here. And I know we have a few systems that back up this play. The lines moved that way. -130 for the Twins opened up at it. It's now -139, a 9-cent movement towards the Twins. And actually the line movement towards where I was leaning in this game. Line opened up at -120 to the over. It's now -112, an 8-cent line movement towards the under in this game. I was kind of leaning that for this one here. Let's get into it. 65% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the under. And the line moved towards the under makes sense. 56% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on the Twins in this game. And that makes sense. We have James Paxton and Pablo Lopez. Paxton's been actually pretty good lately. 3 ERA, 1.19 whip, 11.67 strikeouts per 9, which is 31%. 3 walks per 9, a 3.03 BABIP, a 3.12 FIP, and a 3.38 SIERA. On the flip side, we have Pablo Lopez with a 4.75 ERA, 1.19 whip, 10.38 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%. 2.67 walks per 9, a 3.04 BABIP, a 3.14 FIP, and a 3.57 SIERA. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Boston Red Sox or the Minnesota Twins. Hitting advantage actually goes towards the Red Sox. 90 WRC plus versus lefties or versus righties compared to 84 for the Twins versus lefties. And looking at this spot for me, usually this would be probably maybe a look towards the Red Sox, but I mean we have all these different factors going against the Red Sox here because I know it's a Sunday night fade. They just played a doubleheader, and they played the Yankees. I know those are the 3 points that you were just about to make, and you probably hate me right now for doing that. But I think that's enough to put me on the Twins full game. And I'm kind of interested in this first 5 under. Because both these pitchers have actually been pitching really well as of late. And I think maybe I think the damage that the Twins are going to do is to the bullpen of Boston. Because they're going to be asking Paxton to go decently far. So I'm going to play the Twins full game, but I'm also going to take the first 5 under here. First 5 under 4 at even money, and then I'm going to go Twins full game at minus 138 here.
You suck. You just took away my entire thunder of everything I was ready. This is the one game I was ready to break down and give out all those 3 system plays, and then you just ripped it all away from me. So love you too. I'm on Minnesota run line.
Nothing else? Nothing?
It's the Sunday night fade. They just played a doubleheader, and they're coming off of the Yankee series. Those are 3 plays, 3 fade spots that I always go after, and it's kind of the same deal. And it's the reason why I'm going to be going after another play later. Whenever teams face off against a big rival and sweep them or have a really good series against them, normally it's a flat spot the next day. We'll talk about one of those teams later on tonight. It will be the last game we talk about. So, but I'm on the Twinkies for this one. It's my favorite play of the day. Unfortunately, I just had to grab the run line plus 147 because it's no longer that 130 or better.
Yeah, I got 138 with Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't want to lay that. So
and I got the first 5 under 4 even. I'm writing that down in my book right now. That's why. So Twins at 138. All right. Head back to the chat here.
Yep.
Saturday night fade. Twins are pass. Yep. Like the Rockies today. Why do I feel like this is a letdown spot for the Reds and I just tripled down on them? They are coming in off of a big sweep versus the Astros, and now they're back to Cincinnati.
Hey, if we lose with them, I've been backing them the past, week? So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Opinions on the Reds, Brewers, and Cardinals winning. I lean Cardinals.
No to the Brewers.
Bet the Reds and Brewers.
No. Arizona.
No Brewers?
Arizona with Merrill Kelly.
All right. Take the Rockies team total if you bet them. Can't trust their bullpen right now. Absolutely. We saw what happened yesterday. Yeah, Boston, exhausting, emotional, spanky series versus, yeah. Didn't they sweep them too?
Yes.
Wow. Also could see Red Sox and Chicago MLB teams winning today. There you go. Hoppy. Midnight Munchies has been hot. There you go. 3 games remaining, and we'll get into this one here. I think this is an interesting matchup. Milwaukee Brewers and Arizona Diamondbacks. Brewers minus 110 favorites. Total 7.5 in this one here. Let's take a look at the line movement here between Corbin Burnes and Merrill Kelly. Great matchup. If it'll let me click on the line history. There we go. Line opened up at minus 130 for Milwaukee. It's down to a minus 110, a 20-cent line movement towards Merrill Kelly and the Diamondbacks. Line opened up at an 8, minus 110 on both sides. It's a 7.5 now on both sides. Minus 112 towards the over. Let's move down half a run. We have 79% of the tickets and 84% of the cash is on the under. The lines move down towards the under in this one. We have 38% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the Brewers, and the line's moving towards the Diamondbacks, which is interesting. Even though the bigger bets are coming in on the Brewers, the line's moving towards the D-backs. Kind of confusing for this spot because it looks like sharp money on the Brewers, but the market's not respecting the I think it would be a under or nothing for me. Let's take a look at these pitching matchup here. Merrill Kelly, 3.23 ERA, 1.14 whip, 9.98 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%, 3.82 walks per 9, a 2.47 BABIP, a 4.02 FIP, and a 3.95 Sierra. On the flip side, Corbin Burnes, I have a lot of respect for Corbin Burnes, 3.38 ERA, 1.19 think he's going to be a good trade piece, actually, when we look at it here. 10.41 strikeouts per nine, which is 29%, 2.81 walks per nine, a 213 BABIP, 433 FIP, a little high, but a 3.6 Sierra. Both these bullpens are pretty bad. 4.1 FIP, 4.12 Sierra for the Arizona bullpen, 5.72 and 5 for the Milwaukee bullpen. Hitting advantage does go towards Arizona here in this spot, 106 WRC plus, which is sixth against righties compared to the Brewers, 76 WRC plus versus righties, which is 29th in baseball. I think that this game goes under. I have a lot of respect for Corbin Burnes. I think he's able to come out here and shut down the Arizona Diamondbacks bats. And I don't think it'll take too much for Merrill Kelly to shut down the second worst offense against right-handed pitching in the league. So I think this game is probably under or nothing. It feels like a super public under maybe. But let's take a look what it is. It is a 4. We are getting a 4 here at -107. I will grab that. Maybe I'm falling into the trap and both these pitchers give up runs, but I'm going to grab the first 5 under 4 here between Milwaukee and Arizona.
I'm going after Merrill Kelly. I like this Diamondbacks team, especially after the shit show that was yesterday, that 12-3 loss. Keep in mind, Arizona did come off of winning 2 out of 3 from Cleveland. So that was one bad game. I'm not super hung up on that. I think it's a good bounce back spot for them, especially with one of their better pitchers on the mound in Merrill Kelly. And you get a pick-em price for it on the road, which Arizona has been solid on the road this year. Sign me up for some Arizona Diamondbacks action today. You know I like betting the Snakes often.
Yeah, good luck. I want nothing to do with that. I'm just going to play the under.
There you go. Back to the chat.
Yeah. Leading D-backs first 5. Red Sox. All right. The quarterback play in professional summer league football sucks. Just look at last night's CFL Hamilton Tiger Cats on Saturday. Yeah, and they're going right back next week to what do you call it? And Bo Levi Mitchell, I expect better from him. Also, keep in mind the Hamilton Tiger Cats have played the 2 best teams so far, or they played last year's Western Conference champion week 1, and then the Grey Cup champion in week 2. The real test, I think the real determining factor of how Hamilton's going to look this year is week 3 against Montreal. And the Elks look poor. See, I like the Nerfy in the Diamondbacks game. Yeah. And the D-Cracks. There you go. I'm on the Diamondbacks. Got them last night at +105. Good job. Diamondbacks money line, maybe run line. Under 7.5. I like that under, yeah. Red Sox on a win streak. Minnesota on a losing streak. Keep that riding. Not a Red Sox spot. It is not a Red Sox spot. WNBA picks. There's no games today.
Nothing today.
Don't Ticats cost me. They did cost me maybe as much as this team cost me. The Mets right now. -120 for the Astros. Total 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here, Tim. Kind of interesting. Line opened up at a -125 for the Astros. It's down to a -111. It's been a 14-cent line movement towards the Mets in this game. Line opened up at an 8. It's now a 7.5, and it's juiced towards the under at -114. So a half-run line movement towards the under and a 14-cent line movement towards the Mets. Let's see if the money correlates on this one here. We have 42% of the tickets and 83% of the cash is on the Astros, and the lines move towards the Mets. They're not respecting this Astros money whatsoever. 56% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is on the under. The line's moving towards the under in this spot here. Maximus Scherzer and Hunter Brown, your pitching matchup here. Scherzer, 4.03 ERA, 1.17 whip, 10.55 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%, 0.62 walks per nine, a 254 BABIP, a 313 FIP, and a 3.03 Sierra. On the flip side, Brown, 3.23 ERA, 1.01 whip, 10.57 strikeouts per nine, which is 30%, 2.64 walks per nine, a 268 BABIP, a 307 FIP, and a 2.97 Sierra. Feels really balanced, this pitching matchup here. Bullpen advantage, get this, Tim, goes to the New York Mets. 4.27 FIP and a 3.38 Sierra compared to 4.53 and 4.18. Hitting advantage goes towards the Astros ever so slightly. 103 WRC plus versus righties compared to 101 for the Mets. And call me crazy, I think this is a Mets spot. The line's moving towards the Mets. I think the pitching's about even. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Mets here. I think there's enough for me to look at the Mets here in this spot and grab them at plus or the first 5 is minus 110, is minus 1 or plus 101. I think the Mets are the look in this spot. This Astros team does not look good at the moment, which I feel like crap that I bet this Astros team to win their division at a minus 115 the other day. And I probably feel the worst about that one out of any other ones because that was the only minus money one I bet. And now they're plus 130 I could get on that now. So I feel like an absolute fool right now. And I think their losing streak continues here. I like the Mets in this spot. To try and determine whether or not I play in first 5 or full game is probably the question for me. Or do I just take them both? Split first 5 full game, minus 110 and plus 101. I'm going to do that. I think Scherzer shows up here in this spot. I think this is the spot where probably the Mets can potentially turn it around against a struggling Astros team. I'm taking the Mets first 5, minus 110, full game, plus 101.
I'll agree to your Mets if we take the over as well. This is
I lean under. The line, the mark. I mean, I'm not
like such an easy under.
I think it does happen though.
No, I don't. The thing is, I just don't see an under in this game because these two, Max Scherzer's not been good. I don't think he has not been good this year, and I'm not so trusting in this. You mentioned the Astros. Both bullpens are shot right now. That's kind of my thinking of it. Both bullpens are shot. Once these starting pitchers go out, it's going to end up getting a little bit crazy. And so one of these teams is putting up 6 runs by themselves today. I think this one's going to be an ugly game. I'm going to be on the over. You'll be on the Mets. We won't have anything up. That's fine. I just can't go after the Mets right now like this.
That's fair. Yeah.
Back to the chat, Nick. And then we got the final game we'll talk about today.
Yep. Let's take a look here. Mets all day. Yeah. Stanford plus 130.
No, Tennessee.
Good morning, fellas. Hope you had a great Father's Day and spending your time with my son. There you go.
There you go.
Spooky line on this one, kind of. The only two good quarterbacks worth watching in professional summer league football is for the Birmingham Stallions and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Yes, Jack Colaros is awesome, and I think Kelly is worth a look as well for the Toronto Argonauts. The son of Jim Kelly, he looked good last night with the Argos. Rise, what's the play of the day, my guy? Yeah. The Mets. Kind of like the under first 5 in this Mets game. I'd be leaning that way too. I originally feeling the Stros, but honestly, it's a tough game. Yeah. There are too many moving parts in this one. Astros coming in off getting swept. Brown is capable. No bet for me. Yeah, I think this is like a 3-1 type of Mets win. I think Scherzer comes out and shoves today. That's what the market's telling me. I really like the first 5 under. I would lean that way as well. Love the Diamondbacks. They are so good at winning the first game of a series. There you go. Barrios over 4.5 strikeouts. Not a bad look. I was on the under last night, but some people are saying over. Yeah. Scherzer, I feel, will have positive progression and will pitch well first 5. Yes. I like the Mets. Me too. Stay away from Houston. Got it. Was leaning Stros, but right now I'm going to stay away. Barrios over 4.5. I like that. There you go. Thanks, bro. Not a problem. All right. Final game of the day. This one's kind of interesting. We have the San Diego Padres and the San Francisco Giants. Minus 115 for the Padres. Total 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at where the line has moved in this spot here. We had this line opened up at minus 115 for the Padres. It's now minus 108. A 7-cent line movement towards the Giants. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 115. It's now an 8.5 minus 120. Let's take a look here. between Ryan Walker and Michael Wacha. I don't think we have too much of a sample size for Walker, if I'm not mistaken. But for Wacha, 1.19 ERA, 0.89 WHIP, 8.31 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 2.37 walks per nine, a 227 BABIP, a 307 FIP, and a 4.10 SIERA. On the flip side, Walker, 1.23 ERA, 1.02 WHIP, 9.2 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 1.25 walks per nine, a 310 BABIP, 184 FIP, and a 2.56 SIERA. Now, bullpen advantage definitely goes towards the Giants, 2.97 and 3.42 compared to 4.67 and 3.8. Hitting advantage goes towards the Giants as well, 110 WRC plus versus righty, which is 5th compared to even 100 versus for the Padres, which is 14th. I forgot to go over where the money is coming in on this one here. And we have 43% of the tickets, 68% of the cash is coming in on the over. And the line, I believe, was moving towards the under, if I'm not mistaken. It moved 5 cents towards the over. That's right. And 54% of the tickets and 92% of the cash is on the line's moving towards the Giants, which tells us they're a live dog in this game. However, I don't know if I want to trust Walker because I don't know too much about him. I think it's a very limited sample size we have because I don't think he's pitched too much. And this may be a bullpen game.
Yeah, it's a bullpen game. Bullpen game.
Okay, yeah, and I don't trust the bullpen game, so pass.
This is a very similar spot to one of the system plays with that Red Sox game. Giants are coming off of sweeping the Dodgers. That's a big rivalry game to me. And I think this is going to be a letdown spot for the Giants. Not to mention, Mr. Wacha has been fantastic this year. Short price minus 113 for the Padres. It's got to go Twinkies and Padres as my top 2 favorite plays today. I really do like this Padres team, and you get a bullpen game from a Giants side. Padres all day for me.
Yeah, for me, I really like the Padres. Yesterday, I moved on the Padres 11-1 to win the division. I don't know about this game. I think the only thing keeping me off this game is the fact that all the money's coming in on the Padres, and the books have shown no respect towards it and moved the line the opposite way. That scared me off the Padres. Other than that, I think the Padres are very live in this game, but the markets are telling me to stay off.
There you go. That's all the games. Nick, go back to the chat.
Back to the chat. Why it's so hard for the Nationals to win the first 5. I don't know. Nationals first 5 gets me every time. I keep falling for it. Yeah. Montreal Alouettes, while win next week, in my opinion, because they have a revamped secondary. Yeah, Montreal is going to be interesting. I need to cap that game a little bit. They play Hamilton. I believe the lines were just released for the CFL next week, so I'll have to look at that. I'm liking the over in the Pirates. Wacha has pitched well. Houston's been killing me. Also won't be touching this game. Yep. Under 8.5. I was capping last night. I like the Padres, but the Giants are hot right now. The Giants are coming in off of that sweep against the Dodgers, but it is what it is. But that is everything for today's slate. You know what time it is, Tim?
Housekeeping. Yep. Housekeeping.
I like that. That's the first time I've seen that one.
Yep.
That's everything for today. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description or below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parlays, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the EarleSportsBets.com website, all linked down below. Check out Ballin' Out with Tim Earle on the Picks and Parlays YouTube channel. Went over 5 baseball games for today. Just go leave a like. Show the boss man that I'm doing a good job over there. And then check out SeatGeek for your concert tickets, your sporting event ticket needs. ESP at checkout, $20 off your first purchase. Recapping. I kind of like the Nationals today. Blue Jays run line is another one I really like. That and the over. I like the Cubbies. It has to be run lined. I like the Reds on the run line, Twinkies on the run line, Arizona, the over in the Mets game, and the Padres. Nick?
Yeah, I'm rolling with the over 9.5 with St. Louis and Washington. I am on the first 5 under 5, Kansas City and Detroit. Toronto, Miami over 8.5. Reds first 5 run line. Reds full game -1. Reds team total over 5.5. The Reds will probably determine my night. That's scary. Boston, Minnesota first 5 under 4 at even money. Minnesota money line -138. Milwaukee and Arizona first 5 under 4 -107. Mets first 5 money line -110. Mets full game money line +101.
There you go. That should pretty much wrap it up for today. We'll be back for another edition of the Earle Sports. Oh, wait, sorry. Hold on. There's a couple more. Your lack of faith disappoints me, Tim. Stanford +130. I like Tennessee. I have Tennessee 12-1 to win the entire thing. Was that Family? Yes, it was Family Guy. Never seen that. Housekeeping. Padres run line. Yes, I like the Padres today. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Bye-bye.